This is Victor, the backyard mechanic, and I'm working on a 1999 Ford Expedition with a 5.4 liter in it. Most of these have an exhaust leak on the driver's side because the splash pad doesn't go down far enough. Well, I have the same problem. I've taken the exhaust manifold off, and while I was there I was wondering why I was leaking a little bit of transmission fluid. So I've looked, and what do you know? I've got a huge hole in that transpan dipstick tube. So I went ahead and bought a new trans dipstick tube from the dealership. Got it home, went to put it on, and what do you know? It didn't include this extension. Well, I couldn't get that apart, so I had to go back to the dealership and buy the extension, which was almost as much as the regular dipstick tube. Problem is that that part that goes into the transmission pan is a pressed fitting. I'm going to do a quick video on how I got it out and hopefully how I'm going to get the new one in. Well, I had heard so many problems about taking the trans dipstick tube out. Read on the forums to drop the pan. So I went ahead and drained the fluid, dropped the pan, and lo and behold, here's the hole where the dipstick tube is at. So, couldn't get it out, couldn't pull the tube from above because it was so rusted. So, my Bubba Tech fix is a 1/2-inch deep well on an extension, and it just fits inside the hole. I was able to use a small sledgehammer and tapped it out. So that got the tube out. Now it's a pressed fitting. How do I get the new tube in? Well, the extension tube, you can't just stick it in there and twist it and have it go in. It's a pressed fitting. Tried to sand it down a little bit, see if I could get it in there, but it's not going. So I'm going to try to press it in by tightening this up to see how it works. So I guess the plan is that this will be sitting above. I'll cut the threaded rod off here. I'll take this end off, feed it through the pan, through the hole. The hole is exposed down underneath the pan or the block assembly. I'll put this back on, and hopefully I'll be able to tighten this bolt up. And if all goes well, it should pull this into the hole where the transpan dipstick tube needs to go. Now, if you've purchased these, if you do look, you've got a little white dot there. That white dot goes toward the front of the vehicle, or that's what it looks like, it seems to be. So when you put this in, it will be facing toward the front of the vehicle, almost perfectly vertical. So we're going to give it a shot.